When Bryan Kohberger was sentenced for the brutal murders that shocked an entire nation, all eyes were not just on him but on the two silent women seated behind him, his mother and sister. Their presence sparked questions, their reactions raised eyebrows. What happened in the courtroom? Bryan Kohberger sat in near silence, cloaked in black and hidden behind dark sunglasses. Right, even that could not mask the emotion pouring from her face. Tears streamed down her cheeks. The son was handed 4 consecutive life sentences for the murders of 4 University of Idaho students. It was the first time she had appeared publicly since the arrest, and many were left wondering why now, why in silence. But that wasn't the only question on people's mind. Next to Mariana sat Amanda, Bryan's sister, quiet, still almost unreadable. The same woman who had once appeared in a slasher film yearly, similar to the real-life crime her brother committed. Her claim the men offered no answers, only more questions. Was she in shock, or had the weight of her brother's crimes crushed every emotion into numbness? And then came the moment that truly stunned everyone in the courtroom. As he was escorted out of the courtroom, Bryan completely ignored his family, not a glance, not a whisper, nothing. And then, after a brief recess, he returned, looked towards his mother and smiled, a soft grin, like it meant something only he understand. No words were exchanged, but the moment was chilling. Was it a sign of remorse or a twisted farewell? But his family was not the only one reacting inside the courtroom. Across the ace line, the families of the victim unleashed raw grief and rage. Gun carves, pathetic, hypochondriac loser, Elton Clappy's mother begged for a justice that felt out of reach, and when Bryan was finally sentenced, the room broke out into applause, tears, Catholic emotional. Meanwhile, Marian and Amanda did not clap. They did not flinch, they just left. So why did not Quebec's family say anything? Some speculate they were advised legally to remain silent. Others believe they were too heartbroken, too conflicted. After all, how do you process the idea that someone you raised would be capable of such horror? Rumors online suggest that the Kohbergers were grappling with guilt, confusion, and fear of public backlash. Their absence from public statements has only fueled curiosity and criticism. But there is one more twist. What played out in Cats wasn't just a sentencing, it was a split screen of emotional reality. No one side, the families of the victims loud, furious, grieving. On the other hand, Quebec's family quiet, broken, distant. This emotional contrast captured the internet's attention. Some sympathized with the Kohbergers as parents, blindsided by unimaginable tragedy. Others were not so forgiving. Still, one thing was clear: the scat room was not just delivering justice, it was exposing human pain on every side. Even the judge could not hold back. At one point during the sentences, cameras crowds what appeared to be tears welling in his eyes. A rare moment, a sign of just how deeply this case has affected everyone, even those who want to stay impartial. And in that moment, the room fell silent again. And what happened next only deepened the mystery. As the sentencing ended, Amanda quickly grabbed her mother's arm and ushered her out of the courtroom, shielding her from flashing cameras and a wave of media frenzy. No statements were made, no explanation given, just a silent read exists. And the internet exploded with speculation. Did Marian still believe in her son's innocence? Had Amanda cut ties behind the scenes? Or were they simply trying to survive the aftermath of a nightmare that never saw coming? In the end, Bryan Kohberger will spend the rest of his life behind bars, but his mother and sister will live with a different kind of sentence, the crushing weight of a legacy that never asked for. The silence has become its own statement, and for many, the mystery of their reaction says just as much as any word could. The questions that lingered each day: was the courtroom goodbye the last time they would ever see him again? Your thoughts in the comment section, then subscribe, hit the like button for more deep dive story.